Connla of the fiery hair was the son of Conn of the 100 battles. One day, as he stood beside his father on the hilltop of Asana, he noticed a young woman approaching. She was dressed in garments unlike any he'd ever seen. "Where do you come from, Maiden?" asked Connla. "I come from the plains of the ever-living," she replied. "A place where there is no death and no sin. We live in constant joy, needing help from no one. There is no conflict among us. Our homes lie in the round green hills, and so men call us the hill folk." The king and all his company were astonished, for although they heard a voice, they saw no one. Only Connla could see the mysterious maiden. "Who are you speaking to, my son?" asked Conn, the king. The maiden replied, "Connla speaks with a fair young woman who will never face death or grow old. I love Connla, and I have come to take him with me to the plain of delight, Moimel, where Bodag reigns as king forever. No sorrow or suffering has touched that land since he took the throne. Come with me, Connla, of the fiery hair. Your skin is golden, and your hair as red as the dawn. A fairy crown awaits to rest upon your handsome head and noble form. Come, and your beauty and youth shall never fade until the final day of judgment." The king, alarmed by what he heard, though he could not see the speaker, called out for his druid, Conn. "O Conn, master of spells and magic," said Conn, "I need your help. A power beyond my own has come before me, greater than any challenge since I claimed the throne. An unseen maiden would lure away my beloved son with her enchantments. If you do not act, he will be lost to me." Conn stepped forward and began to chant his spells, directing them to the spot where the voice had sounded. At once, the maiden's voice fell silent, and Connla could see her no longer. But before she vanished under the druid's mighty incantation, she tossed an apple to Connla. From that day forward, for a whole month, Connla would eat nothing except the apple. Each time he bit into it, it remained whole and never diminished. Yet with every bite, his longing for the maiden grew stronger. At the end of that month, Connla stood once more beside his father, this time on the plain of Archamin, and again the maiden appeared before him. Again she spoke. "You stand in a noble place, Connla, among mortals who wait only for death. But now the ever-living, the folk of joy and endless life, invite you to join them in Moimel. They have seen you among your loved ones, and they welcome you." When King Conn heard her voice, he cried out to his men, "Quickly, summon Conn. She has returned and speaks again." But the maiden answered him, "O mighty Conn, warrior of 100 battles, the druid's magic holds little honor in the land where the upright live. When the true law comes, it will put an end to the false spells, the dark arts born of demons." And then Conn saw that since the maiden's return, Connla no longer spoke to anyone save her. So he asked his son, "Is what the maiden says pleasing to you?" Connla replied, "It's hard, father. I love my own people more than anything, yet a deep longing for her overwhelms me." When the maiden heard him, she said, "The sea itself is not as strong as the pull of your desire. Come with me in my curragh, a shining, sleek, crystal boat. We'll reach Bodag's land before nightfall, even though the sun already sinks low. And there is another place too, one worth exploring, a land of joy, where only women dwell. If you wish, we can live there alone, together, in endless delight." As soon as she finished speaking, Connla of the fiery hair turned and ran to her side. He leaped into the curragh, the shining, swift-moving crystal craft, and before the king or his court could stop him, they watched the boat glide away across the shimmering sea toward the setting sun. On and on it sailed, until it vanished from sight. Connla and the fairy maiden were never seen again, and no one ever learned where they had gone. And so Connla passed beyond the reach of mortal eyes, lost in the mists of legend, drawn forever by the call of the ever-living. If you enjoyed this haunting tale from the ancient Celtic lands, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you think. For more eerie legends and ghostly folklore from across Britain and beyond, subscribe and join us again for the next chilling story. And if you'd like to read this tale and others like it, check out the full text of Celtic Fairy Tales by Joseph Jacobs. You'll find the Project Gutenberg link in the description below. Until next time, keep your lantern lit and your wits about you. The old world still watches.